We are live. 310th episode. We skipped last weekend because I was depressed and I didn't have anything to talk about. No, I wasn't. I wasn't depressed. I've never been this happy, honestly.
Yeah, we're back in action, ladies and gentlemen, and it is a beautiful day. We got a special show for you.
Special.
We got Jake Paul coming on in a bit.
Yeah,
we're
we
going to
do.
get some juicy questions heading his way. We are about probably 10 days out from Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. What's going to happen? I'm interested because, the rounds are 2 minutes. How much has his training changed?
Forget about that.
2-minute rounds. The pace is different.
I'm surprised they can make it a pro match, a pro fight. I thought pro meant 3 minutes. Or is this an exhibition?
Exhibition, I believe.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
But it's still,
I could be wrong.
You very well could. We'll ask Jake. We'll have him on here in a little bit. A special guest.
Everything's been going good. It's been a goddamn dream come true. We moved into our new place, and it's just like it's the property we wanted. And Shane walked over, let the dogs play around a little bit this morning, and it's unbelievable.
Should we cheers nicotine?
Cheers on. Remember, if you're a young buck, it's pointless doing this. I've been doing one little dipper a day. One little dipper a day, get the mind fucking boosted up a little bit, get her going, and I'm going to do one right now. Cheers, buddies. We got Schmitty in the house.
Hello. Wait,
and Schmitty is
Schmitty?
pissed off. He is pissed off that Trump won.
No, I'm not. I'm happy.
Bro, I'm
No, be honest. Did you vote?
I did not vote.
And who were
Do
you
you
going to
feel
vote
bad
for?
for that?
I would have voted for Trump.
Oh,
I'm not
you're a
registered.
bandwagon. You're like a Kansas City football fan. No, I would have voted for Trump.
I voted for Trump the last election. And he lost.
Okay, so you might have been the issue.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy, though. Pretty crazy, dude. The podcast that Trump went on. He went on Joe Rogan's.
I don't know.
Who knows how many million? Probably 20 million people watch it. He went on Full
It's
Send
like
Pod.
41 or 2 last time.
Yeah,
I
some
watched.
crazy number. And then he went on Full Send Pod. And then he went on the Impulsive Pod. And then he went on just all these podcasts.
Flagrant.
Sitting down, no issues talking to someone. No issues sitting down with Joe Rogan for 3 hours and not making a fool of himself.
Nobody.
And that made the difference. Mariah was saying people were talking about like young males weren't voting very much, and this time a ton of young males voted. It was my first time voting.
Young male.
And that was weird.
Young
I
male,
just
man.
felt like that was a weird little thing that we did.
Because we walked into a high school, which you're not allowed to be in, so that was weird, let alone just walking in. Then we get in there, and it's just all these booths and stuff.
Yes.
Dude, you know what I'm upset about is my freaking turtle.
He's gonzo.
Well, yeah, he's about to be. He's an African desert tortoise. Do I have to deport him?
My cat ran away forever.
Oh, shit.
And all
you
I think
still
about
haven't found your cat.
is that cat's in someone's house right now having a good time with their family.
Having a better life.
Yep. It's like, dude, we called for that thing. We searched for the thing. I put it on the neighborhood app. I texted my neighbors. We went through the junkyard. I'm like, I'm worried that when we were packing up our house that she got scared or something and she fucking dipped.
Were you beating on her?
I never beat on her once. I love that little kitten.
Maybe that's what's
fucking
wrong
love
with
that little kitten, dude. But she's happy, right? She's happy.
She's probably dead if you haven't found her.
No. Someone got her. Someone got her and taken care of her, hopefully. Because she's just this tiny. She was full grown, but she's just this tiny little thing.
A little runt.
But that's pretty sad. Sad little deal.
Did you guys
there.
hear about Peanut the squirrel?
Briefly, I did. I actually
pretty
I saw
fucked
you
up.
shared something on your Instagram, so I went and clicked on the profile and watched a bunch of videos. I'm like,
Yeah.
God,
Just give a quick breakdown of what happened.
A guy had a pet squirrel for 7 years and went famous,
Woof,
and
by
then
now.
New York found out about it. They had recently moved to New York, and that state doesn't allow you to have that. And so he says that he was treated like a terrorist, sat outside his house for a long time, and they took his squirrel and his pet raccoon. And they euthanized it.
So no. So the New York PD
Yeah.
sat outside his house. They have nothing better to do, but this guy's got a squirrel in his house.
And they went through every part of his house, went through everything, all because of a squirrel. And then they took it and killed it.
And raccoon.
And it was his pet, dude.
I wonder if that's like the whole story. That sounds if that's
is.
that's the true real story that happened.
Well, they were saying that the squirrel bit one of the guys when it came to get it. And the guy was like, yeah, I've had it for 7 years. It's bit me like 5 times and it doesn't know anybody. So, of course, it's going to bite somebody when you don't even pick it up properly. Because apparently they weren't trying. Yeah, and then they were going to test it for rabies.
What if it had a pet rat? What if you had a pet rat? Because isn't there millions of rats in New York?
Yeah. But yeah,
That's weird.
it's
dude.
fucked up, dude. That was like dude's pet. I'm ready to go to war for this guy. I'm ready to go to war for fucking.
Let's stand somewhere and do
Well,
something.
Kamala won New York.
I know.
Did she really?
Well, what's going to change now? I don't know. I know one thing for sure is Bitcoin is going to the moon.
Everything is booming.
Is it really?
Ethereum, everything's going up. Like I saw on my Coinbase. It said just like everything was up, except for my dick. I'm depressed. Dodge is up 19%. Bitcoin's up 7%. Ethereum's up 6%. Solana's up 4%.
I wonder. I mean, if it would have went the opposite way, Kamala would have won it. Would it have just?
Is her name Kamala? Like with a Kumala? Kamala, or is it Kamala?
Kamala, Kamala.
Did you see Sleepy Joe put his MAGA hat on, and people were like cheering him, and
That was old.
Was it?
That was pretty old.
There was a lot of
So is he.
conversation going on right now, like if Trump can run another for a third term. But then someone was talking to me, and they were so confident. They're like, "Oh yeah, he'll be able to."
That's something Mikey
Run.
Music sounds like he would.
I
be
know, and then I
confident
had
in.
to look it all up because FDR was president. He was running for his fourth term when he died, and then they must have just changed shit after that. I wish I had Brendan.
One thing
here.
I know
Brendan?
our fans love is when we
Politics.
talk
Oh,
politics.
we know.
Let's talk
We
fight.
just seriously
I watched
know.
Max Holloway versus Elia this morning. It's so interesting rewatching fights. When you watch them the first time, I mean, you literally rewatch a fight. You almost like see something new every time you rewatch a fight. But rewatching that fight was such a sweet fight. They're both such good boxers. It was so
Was
sweet.
the first 2 rounds Max was kind of taking it away a bit?
I saw, the first round was so close. I don't know. I thought Elia. It really was a close round. I didn't really watch the judge. I was just kind of watching them pull like slip 2 and what Elia does. Cause I'm gonna fight him someday. So I was kind of watching it. But it was such a sweet fight. I want to rewatch it and then just watch like Max's counters and then just watch Elia. Just rewatch it a few times. Me and you were gonna rewatch the Merab fight here soon. I've only watched it once. I'm gonna be able to take away a lot from that. Got stem cells yesterday.
And they didn't hurt. Denise from Ways to Well came up.
Yep, Denise is the best.
And they came up and
Shot me up in the hip.
dude, I don't know. I'm not like a freak about needles. Like I just do this little thing. I just flip
Dude,
a couple
you
times.
panicked.
No, I don't. I sit there and go like this.
I feel the energy in the room shift when it's your turn to get a needle.
I've had some bad.
I've had some bad ones too, but I
bad
don't. I
goes
just
it.
breathe. I'm just like I'm so fucking.
When she pulled out the needle to your back, I just scurried outside. I was like, don't
didn't
hit a
even feel
nerve.
it.
And yeah, just.
But yeah. So that was good. About 5 weeks. Tomorrow I'll be 5 weeks post surgery. Probably got another 7 till I can really start drilling.
You've been doing a good job. I mean, a crazy motherfucker in the head like you that can't train and have that release of just like, oh, I'm
I've
tired.
been reading a lot more. I've been pretty much writing the same. Been doing my hyperbaric chamber. When you go in the hyperbaric chamber, you can't have any electronics in there. So I've just been forcing myself to either read, breathe,
What
or
book?
write. The Naval one, you got me. I'd listened to it before, and I'm rereading it now. It's so fucking good. Talking about happiness. Happiness is a skill. Happiness is something you can get better at, just like anything.
Imagine if that was required reading in school. The thing about that book, though, he talks a lot about like you don't want to trade your time for money. You want to own equity in businesses.
Yeah.
He talks about how to
There's
do
two
it
separate
stuff.
parts of the book: business, and then there's like life skills.
Yeah.
Much. But he refers to meditation a lot, which I found a lot of actual happy people, or I guess successful people, bring up meditation as part of their routine. What I found interesting the first time I read that book too, and I just reread it yesterday or the other day. He was talking about how he doesn't just pick up a book and he's like, all right, I'm going to force myself to read it from beginning to end, no matter what. I got to finish this book. And I always kind of felt like that too. I'm like, fuck, I'm so bad at that. But he said he's reading anywhere from 15 to 20 books at a time. He'll skim through it if he doesn't like it. He'll find a chapter that he does like. If he's not feeling it, he'll find a different book and find something that he like looks forward to reading. And I was like, God, see, I can relate to that because I cannot pick up a book and if I'm not interested in it, like just force myself to read it. It's so hard.
Mariah's opposite. She has to read it from cover to the end, just like in order like that.
Feminist.
But it's good. You were talking about you were talking about yesterday when you guys were talking about people who are truly happy. Like,
Oh yeah, remember you asked me if like I forget who you said who do I think's truly happy. It was some rich person. I was like, they traveled a lot. Who was it?
One of them that you said was Joe Rogan.
You said, do I think Joe's probably truly happy? And I said, yeah, probably. He has good routines and he he's very healthy. But the first person, I don't remember who you said, but it was someone rich, someone that travels a lot. Just seems like they have high.
Elon.
No, it wasn't Elon.
Well, yeah, because I was talking about how Elon was traveling everywhere.
I don't think it was Elon.
Oh.
But even Elon, I'm like, fuck, who knows? It's like people that.
I mean, it's not like they're even someone like Joe Rogan who has all the tools, who has all the good habits. I'm sure there's spurts of like not feeling great.
I liked how I wish I remember how Naval put it. He said, "Happiness is peace in motion, and peace is happiness." Fuck, he said something that was so good, something like that. But I mean, peace is at the end of the day what we're all kind of. That's.
It's a choice of mine because you know who also is I think really happy?
Who?
Tony. Tony's a fucking legend who's been helping us with everything.
Our guy, my dad's buddy Tony.
Dude, it's just how you like two people, how you look at a problem. One person will look at a problem and go, "Oh God, I got to fix this." Second person will go, "Oh, easy fix, easy to do." So we had to fix the sprinkler system. Tony's like, "Oh, we get to play in the mud today." And then something would happen. He would go, "Oh no, no worries. We can just fix it like this."
Dude, that dude just built me a room in my warehouse and put an AC in it. It's crazy. It's like it's 130 right now, G.
King of perspective.
It's perspective. And that's happiness, mindset.
The king of perspective.
Yeah, that fucker is good.
Yeah,
it's such a sweet skill to be able to build and just figure shit out.
And he's
laughing.
laughing.
It's a sick skill, dude, isn't it?
We got it.
I'm trying to make this one little frame that holds up this huge red light thing, and I'm like, I gotta wait for my dad, wait for my brother because I'm too fucking stupid to do it.
That Bebo help.
Max Holloway is moving up to lightweight, he said, after that fight, which is good, dude. It's
I'm
like,
excited
come
to
on.
see him.
He's fucking big. Who was it? It was Jake Shields or Eddie Alvarez that said, like, no, he walks around 190 sometimes.
We were with him at the Tom Brady roast. He's a big fucker.
190, dude.
Yeah,
that's
he's a big
45 pounds if you can do the math.
Yeah, I don't do that.
That's a lot of weight. That's a lot of muscle you're losing. That's a lot of fucking just like
Wonder how much Jake's put on
water
for
in
this
your
fight.
brain. I know. I'm excited to ask him some questions here too. Can we talk about the live podcast? That's a possibility,
It's
or
100%.
is it a high percentage that we're going to do it? The first one we're going to do, guys. I mean, there's an option for a bigger theater, or there's an option for a more intimate theater, and we're going to do that because I know we'll have some real fans there, some real OG fans there in a little intimate theater, and we'll have a sweet show. Just get our feet wet a bit before we start traveling around and doing live.
Bro,
pods.
I saw Mac Miller in an intimate setting like that. It was in front of like 300-400 people, just in a packed little tiny room.
And that
That's pretty
Donald
big.
Trump
And
song's
it's so sick.
probably hitting right now.
Proud of you, American.
Donald Trump, Mac Miller. How does that go?
Well, he's got this one
No, the
Donald
Mac
Trump song.
Donald Trump. Like, how does it go?
I'm-
Set up my cartoons. How does that go? It's gonna bug me.
Throw me off.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But how can
Put on the spot.
why can't
I don't
you
know
hear
if that's real. I don't know if that's
Dude, are
real,
you
what you guys
kidding
are
me?
saying. Because
I'm put on the spot. There we go. Flies, motherfucker.
in the world, yeah, you know it's
There we go.
bitches hating.
Bitches
on 'cause
hating
he
on
started
because-
out here
yeah, we go.
locally.
It sounds like
Hopefully,
him.
I'll be
Wow.
at the TYSON around by my house on the couch.
There
Watch
we
the
go.
cartoons.
sounds like I'm farting.
No, that sounds like fucking real.
That's positivity, Tim.
You're right.
Look at you. I got relying on others to fix something. Learn how to fucking fix something.
Hold on. Here we go.
I think we're gonna go to 2 podcasts a month instead of 1 every week. Moving forward, Timbo Sugar Show fans, unless there's absolutely multiple things to talk about, but sometimes we come on here and it's just like I don't want to just sit here and talk just to fucking do it.
Well, and
We've been
fucked up,
consistent.
man.
We've shown it's just like I don't
we got. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on. And to plan a podcast, and it feels. I want to keep it like real, to where it's like, okay, we're not reading off a script the whole time, and keep it real. But if we have 2 a week, especially, I think we should do after the big pay-per-views happen. I think we should come in and do it. But 2 a week, and we'll make them bangers. And I'd like to have a guest, a segment every show.
What if it's even a longer pod?
Hour and a half.
If we got more to say, because I think that'd be better than forcing 1 a week. But
Yes.
dude, a lot of people were asking me. Monday morning rolled around.
I know.
Where the fuck's the pod?
I know.
And we should not do pods after a fucking late night.
Well, maybe we could and just be depressed. Depressed pod.
I did that last pod. I got roasted in the comments. I was on a couple hours sleep, and I was like,
Tilted.
they said I kept interrupting you. I don't even remember. That was a bad pod. Bad pod, fellas. So.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by Ketone IQ. The ketones might help you stay more alert, focused during grappling sessions, gaming sessions, since jiu-jitsu requires you to be thinking, unlike weight training, where it's mostly just repetitive movements. The non-caffeinated version Could be good for people who are doing workouts in the late afternoon, early evenings where you don't want to slam a drink that will keep you up all night. It taste is a little bit bitter, but it works. I'll tell you that much. You can shop Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal on ketone.com or go to the Vitamin Shop and steal your first shot for free by scanning the QR code on the back of the bottle. Now, these things are good. Anytime I want to be focused, I don't want to be jittery and getting all crazy. I just want to be dialed. I want a nice little booster for my mind, for my body. Ketone IQ is it. Give it a shot. You won't regret it. It's Ketone IQ. Thank you very much.
I'm fucking huge.
How much you weighing these days, brother?
I'm like 224 right now.
Damn,
Holy
same.
cow.
Nice.
Hey, have you been doing anything different for this fight camp? I mean, obviously the rounds are 2 minutes. So how have you guys, like, have you had heavier guys come out and just put the pace on you and come out and be super explosive? I mean, because that changes the fight big time, 2-minute rounds.
It's a completely different style of fighting. It's super interesting. And yeah, we're doing the 2-minute rounds in sparring and basically having new heavyweights come in every round at full speed. So getting used to that, but they're 300-pound guys, so it's super tiring, but the sparring feels like a sprint, whereas the normal pro boxing style is much slower. So this is going to be action-packed, I think.
This is going to be like a high-level smoker, hopefully, where you guys throw hooks till someone falls.
Seriously, I really think it's going to be like a gnarly-ass war. I think potentially we could both hurt each other multiple times, and the audience is going to win with the way the rules are set up. You know, if it was 3-minute rounds, I would slow the pace down and just tire him out by the end of it, but he's going to get a lot of rest, you know, as an older guy, and that makes this fight way more even. So I think the rules are set up for the audience to win.
So you haven't really been doing anything different this fight camp, just switching up the sparring, obviously.
Yeah, mostly more like sprinting workouts, less long and more focused on the ATP system, which is like the sprinting. So just a lot of like high intensity for short bursts, and that's really been the biggest difference. And then just trying to eat as much as possible. You know, whenever I notice, as soon as I stop, you know, stuffing myself in each meal, I'll quickly drop to like 221, 220, 219. So just eating a lot more to try and stay up there.
I was going to ask you about that. Heavyweight 224, because what's the lightest you weighed in at so far for a boxing match? What's the lightest?
185.
185, so 224 now. So what's an average day of eating for you?
Yeah, it's like probably like 3,800 calories, 4,000 calories. But, you know, just the usual: eggs, toast, potatoes, steak, chicken, rice. I don't really like vegetables. And then I'll have a peanut butter and jelly as a snack at night. That shit bangs.
And eating a lot more. I mean, are you timing it pretty good? You eating usually an hour and a half before sparring or your training, or?
I have to eat like 3 hours before sparring.
So you don't poop yourself.
I have slow or puke. Like I have slow digestion. So
is all your coaches the same for this fight as they have been, or have you switched up your coaches a bit?
Yeah, all the same coaches for the past year and a half or so. Mm-hmm. It's been a really good system.
And do you do a good job? Like, I mean, you got all these businesses going, you got so much on your mind. Do you do a good job at shutting it off when it comes to training camp time, or you just dabble? Do you find your days to just dabble in it? Yeah,
it's really interesting. Like this camp, I've basically done nothing, but for literally all my other fights, I've worked, you know, right up to the fight. But for some reason, I've just felt like no calling to do business or to text people or anything like that. I've been really super hyper focused on training. So definitely the business side of things have slowed down over the past couple of weeks. But I think it's, you know, it's the biggest fight I've ever been in. And so I think it's just needed all the attention and focus that I could possibly give to it.
Yeah, it's crazy how much, I mean, you don't realize it, but how much just doing business and thinking all day fucking exhausts you.
It's absurd. And I've for the first time been like sitting here like super bored in between the trainings and stuff, like not doing anything else. But I feel like it's really good because it's giving me more energy. But I feel like I haven't ever experienced that boredom in life where I'm literally like not doing anything besides training.
And do you watch some shows on your downtime, or what do you watch?
Yeah, I'm watching shows. I'm watching a lot of like sports documentaries, a lot of like war movies, you know, using those bits of inspiration and carrying that energy into practice the next day.
And when you guys are doing film, are you watching mostly when he fought Roy Jones?
Yeah, mostly Roy Jones, but also his last fight against McBride. And both of those are, you know, pretty good indicators of what he's going to do, but also his mitt work and some of the sparring clips he's actually put out, which I was surprised by him putting out that much sparring footage.
Yeah, and I'm always curious, are they going to, like, they got to let Mike use some special supplements a little bit. I mean, 58 years old, having the lifestyle that he's had, his natural testosterone can't be that high, so hopefully he's able to get boosted up a bit.
Well, I mean, there's like a big panel drug test from the Texas State Commission, so
his testosterone can't be 1,600 like Alistair Overeem that one time?
no, I don't think so, no.
Nice.
Damn, Jake Paul live on Netflix. Is this the first sporting event live on Netflix, right? Or did they do one?
They did like a charity tennis or golf tournament.
So first live sporting events on Netflix. Huh? Jokes. Those are sports too.
First real sport
There you go.
live.
First boxing live on Netflix. How many millions of subscribers they have on Netflix? On top of it being at a fucking football stadium. This is going to be absolutely insane. We're going to be there. I'm going to be butt naked, rock solid, fucking helicoptering in the corner.
Bro, you have to be there, man.
Oh, we are.
Like,
We're going
you
to
gotta be in the locker room and all of that.
I'm
like,
rapping. You didn't know I was walking you out? They didn't tell you?
No, you are.
Yeah.
You are. We're making that happen.
Yeah, I'm rapping. I haven't picked what song
We'll
yet.
have W products everywhere. This is actually, I don't know if you could see, but this is actually the first W products
Damn, okay.
off the line,
That's sick.
off the production line.
That's fucking sick. Dude, so this goes perfect. You go out there, you knock out Mike Tyson. Do you have a call out in mind? Or are you kind of just going to see where it takes you? You don't have to necessarily say it on here because I know sometimes that's a special event in itself, is the winner, who they call out, what's next. Do you have something in mind, or are you kind of just going with the flow?
No, I mean I do. It's Canelo. I mean, this moment will prove that I'm the face of boxing, the largest attraction, and me versus Canelo at 200 pounds for the cruiserweight championship of the world is the biggest fight, arguably even bigger than me versus Tyson, and it makes so much sense. And you know, Canelo's on his way out. He's going to want a payday. And I want to show the world that all the shit I've been talking about beating Canelo is actually true. And I'll have the biggest upset in the sport of boxing. And we will fight to really see who is the face. Because after this event, I'm going to be claiming it. I beat his gate record in Texas. I'm beating the ticket sales, all of that stuff. So the numbers and the data show that. I have more followers than him, etc. And now this is going to be the most watched fight, of this century. So I'm going to be the new money man.
Do you think it's realistic that he'll fight you at 200 pounds?
Tim, you're not Canelo?
No, that's Tim.
No.
That's my buddy Tim.
No, yeah, he will. The reason being is he will want his, I guess it'll be his 5th weight division championship. He's wanted the cruiserweight belt. If everyone remembers, he was going to challenge Makabu to become cruiserweight champion. So he wants to conquer that division to be able to call himself a cruiserweight champion, and that's where the fight makes sense because I can't make 175, and so this fight should be for a belt, and it makes the most sense at cruiserweight.
God damn. I mean, you go out there, beat Mike Tyson. People are going to be talking. We seen Conor fight Floyd. Anything's possible. That would be fucking.
It's
That would be,
possible.
dude. I love it. I love it. I love it.
We're manifesting it into the ethos.
That's some real shit. Some real shit. Our boy Schmitty's here. Say what
Can I ask you
I
a
don't think
question?
he. I don't think you can't
I
see
can hear-
Schmitty,
no, I
can you?
can hear him through the
I know, but come
I
look how
can.
cute you look.
Can
I
I
can
ask
hear
Jake
him.
a question?
Come here.
Bro,
Come here. Put the headphones on.
I called Schmitty and he never
Bro,
answered.
he called you and you didn't answer.
And he doesn't.
You're a piece of
He's
shit.
too.
You're
He's
a
too
piece of
busy.
shit.
He's too busy,
You're a
dude.
piece
I
of
don't
shit.
think you gave him the right number then.
No, I didn't.
Schmitty.
Look at.
Oh,
Look at.
wait.
Oh, he's gonna
Dude,
shut
he
up.
ran out of
Shut
minutes.
it now.
He ran out of minutes.
No. Jake,
Are we
don't.
live?
Yeah. What up, Jake?
It's live.
I apologize that I missed.
No,
your
we're not
call.
live. We're not live.
Okay, because
Yeah.
in the edit, like make sure you don't put his number. But look at
Oh, put that
November.
motherfucker
Yeah, put it
number.
on there. Who gives a fuck?
No. Is it start with
November
a 3?
7:32, November 2nd.
Schmitty Sugar Shot.
Sugar shot.
He was out of minutes at that
Dude,
point.
no
we
way.
re-upped
I'm
him though.
devastated. I'm devastated. I have a
Ask
quick.
your question.
I have a fun question. You said it. You love peanut butter jelly sandwiches. I love peanut butter jelly sandwiches. Sean always gives me shit for eating Uncrustables. Can we get a Jake Paul, Sugar Sean, healthy version
like
of
that.
Uncrustables? Competitor to the your brother's
Lunchleys.
Lunchleys. What do you say?
Well, my someone's already working on this, and I may or may not be involved in a big way. So definitely this might already be a thing.
Damn, good
Gotta be
idea,
too.
huh?
That
It was
will
a
be
good idea.
So,
Damn it.
So do you ever have any run-ins, or when you and Logan are talking about KSI, because Logan's obviously buddies with them, do you ever just get into it with Logan about him?
No, not really. You know, I think the only times like when they're on a podcast and I just like have to correct some of their information that they're saying about the things I'm doing. That's really the only time we'll get into like a public argument, but I think it's mostly just business. So it is weird though. It is a weird situation.
Uh-huh.
Definitely.
When are you
behind
heading
the
out to old Texas?
Man, we're going in like 2 days here, so we'll get there pretty early. Gonna sit down, do the face-to-face with TYSON, and the fight week starts like a day earlier. So,
Fire.
you know, the open workout's normally Wednesday. It'll be Tuesday.
Oh,
The
yeah,
press
'cause Friday
conference
fight.
Wednesday. Weigh-in Thursday because the fight's on a Friday. So we're getting there early, and it's amazing, man. Like I'm excited, but just to have fun and go through this crazy fight week. I've been locked away down here in Puerto Rico, just training nonstop. I'm going a little crazy.
Dude, what a time to be alive. A kid with a dream who had a dream fighting one of the greatest boxers of all time, dude. It's just literally such a cool time to be alive, and super excited to watch you do your thing, my man.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, but that's the power of manifestation. You know, people think it's a joke, but call that shit into existence, and that's literally what I started doing 3.5 years ago, and here we are today. It's
Yeah, the thing
amazing
about that is when you think about it so much and you talk about it so much, it's not like it's just gonna come true. But you think about it enough, you talk about it enough, your actions start kind of putting you in those positions to manifest those things for real. That's what people don't understand. It's like, yo, you can't just think about it and it's gonna happen. It's like you gotta think about it enough to start making actions towards that shit. But
You got to back it up in the gym.
you gotta back it. Well, that's not. I don't know about that.
You do.
Nah.
You do. Yeah,
don't
I mean,
gotta
you got
I'm kidding.
to.
I'm kidding. It's no longer a secret. Pro athletes are actively working to reduce the negative effects of EMF exposure, and Aries Tech has become the go-to solution for those looking to gain a competitive edge and protect their health. For men, one of the biggest concerns is how EMF impacts testosterone. Dr. Andrew Huberman, a leading neuroscientist, warns keeping the cell phone in one's pocket, regardless of Wi-Fi or cellular use, decreases sperm quality and lowers testosterone. Overall, Aries Tech offers a solution to this invisible threat by using advanced EMF modular technology trusted by the top athletes like Suga Sean. Hey, that's me. For the UFC, NASCAR, WWE, and Canadian basketball, elite athletes are turning to Aries Tech to safeguard their performance. UFC stars like Macy Barber, Michael Chandler, Luana Santos, and Markel Maderos, along with NBA Olympics athlete RJ Barrett, NHL's John Tavares and Max Domi, and NFL legend Tiki Barber, I remember when he played for the New York Giants, all rely on Aries Tech to protect their physiology, energy, and focus. Major facilities like the UFC Performance Institute and Washington Capital One Arena are also adopting Aries Tech for broader impact. Aries Tech's innovation doesn't just protect us from electromagnetic radiation, it actually enhances performance. Testing at a leading sports performance center showed Aries Tech users experiencing a half-second improvement in reaction time, which is important in high-level shit. A game changer for those at the top of their sport. Backed by over 20 global patents and peer-reviewed studies, Aries Tech transforms disruptive EMF signals into biologically compatible frequencies that support optimal performance. Whether you want portable lifetime products you can wear, attach to your phone, or use at home, Aries Tech is the solution for every lifestyle. Pro athletes are no longer leaving their health up to chance, and neither should you. Head over to ariestech.com and use code TSS to save 25% on all LifeTune EMF protection products. Discover how Aries Tech can help protect your testosterone levels, boost your performance, and unlock your full potential.
So you've been hanging out with Aubrey Marcus a bit. Does he help you a bit with your manifestations?
1000%. You know, that's a major key, and we call in the timeline of what I want to create together, and our power in the universe together holds a lot of weight. And so, you know, it's definitely a secret weapon. And get your mind right, see the timeline, create those neural connections in your brain before it happens, and it's really been a game changer. And all of everything that I've manifested and envisioned has come true. So at this point, the more you believe, the more real it gets. And then, you know, before you know it, anything is possible. And it's a crazy liberating feeling. But Aubrey's definitely a secret weapon in that. And he's going to be there, you know, in Dallas, you know, doing the pre-fight meditations in the locker room. Like it's a full-on practice every day, you know, leading up to the fight. It's not just like one and done. You have to stay on top of it.
Yeah, the visualizing and fighting is so hard because it's like you want to visualize it going your way, but then you get fucking cracked. You get dropped a couple times. Do you ever visualize yourself getting cracked and dropped and then getting back up?
You know, I don't, but I try to stay focused on what I want to happen, but I'm not getting rid of the possibility that something bad could happen. So even knowing that something, I could get dropped or I could have a bad round or whatever it might be, but knowing that and calling in the energy of what the good thing I want to happen, even in a stronger way, and just remaining focused on that. And it goes back to Murphy's Law, where it's like the more you feel something or the more you fear something, the more likely it is to happen. So I try not to even bring energy to the negative sides of things.
Oh, God.
I'm really curious on what Mike Tyson's going to come in there and weigh.
Yeah, I think he's going to be like right around exactly 230. But it's going to be interesting to see his mood. You know, I want to see the old Mike Tyson. I want the savage. I want a war.
I'll
I want
fuck you
him
till you love me. That guy?
Exactly. I want to get my ear bit off.
That'd be
That'd
sick.
be hot.
That'd be
Bro,
cool.
like,
That would be
no,
cool.
maybe even both ears, you know? It's
Yes.
Double ear? Be
I
sick.
want the fans and the audience to win in this fight, and I hope just during fight week we get to see that crazy Mike Tyson, and it's going to make everything so much more exciting.
Damn. Did you know Donald Trump won the president election? Did you know that? I'm sure you probably didn't know that.
Yeah. I seen that.
Were
man.
you
Thank
nervous?
God. I don't know. Like, definitely a bit, but it just felt like God in my conversations with God, like that he was going to be there and to help save the people of America and to protect from getting assassinated, etc.
For real.
But just to help people start thinking more clear and to not be afraid of any consequences from the other side, which was typical in past elections, you know, like they would fearmonger you into not speaking your voice. And it just felt like that was evaporated from the world, and God did his thing, and the truth prevailed, which is an amazing thing for America. Like, I don't think people really even realize how big of a moment this was for our nation because of the way things were going. the woke mind virus, the mental health crisis is the no value. There's no line anymore. There's like anything is real, anything is true, and where that goes to is just people being controlled. And so a lot of people don't even realize how big of a moment this was to save the future for our kids. And man, I'm just so thankful.
On Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I mean, it's crazy. I wonder how much this is going to change elections in the future for how many big podcasts Donald went on. To sit down with Joe Rogan for 3 hours, to go on Logan's podcast, to go on the Full Send podcast, sit down there and just not even worry about it and let it rip. How much that had to do with him just blowing her out of the water.
For sure. And that's the way it should be, right? Like, we should get to know who our president is very personally, see all the sides of them, see where their weaknesses are, and let the truth be out there. No one is perfect, but we can decide which candidate we like better. And Kamala kind of shot herself in the foot. You know, she tried to do some of these same things, but when she got onto these podcasts to talk, she literally had nothing to say. And so it did the opposite for her, is it showed who she truly was, which is not that smart of a person. Whereas someone like Donald can actually go on and win people over by the person that he is.
What a name. Donald.
Yep.
If you're having a boy this year, you got to name him Donald.
Yeah,
You just
you
do. It should be part. I mean, that should be part of his presidential fucking thing.
Just mandate it.
Just
No,
Donald.
shout out to Donald Duck too.
On your downtime, do you do a good job at not surfing your phone a ton, or are you always on that puppy surfing?
Yeah, you know, I guess like my screen time is, I'm always checking the screen time to make sure I'm good. Yeah, I'm sitting at like 5 hours right now.
That's probably lower than a lot of people. Bro, some of these middle school, high schoolers, I bet they're 15 hours. I bet their shit's
Dude,
up there.
Seriously, so like one of the people on my team is like pushing like 12, 13 hours a day. It's like I don't even know how that's possible.
What's your go-to app, usually the one that you like most?
So I mainly spend most of my time in messages, and then probably let's see all app and what messages, and then Instagram, and then X.
Spotify's tricky, though, because I'll listen to a podcast for half an hour, and it'll count as screen time when I'm not even listening to it. Pisses me
I don't
off.
think that counts. I don't think that counts.
Fuck. Are you sure?
I think that's okay, unless it's like a brain rot podcast, you know, like if you're.
No, I don't think it counts, but does it count on the screen time hours?
Oh, it counts on the screen time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, because I forgot what I was going to say.
Have you brought any specific guys in to spar?
Yeah, man, we have this guy. Shout out to Mac Truck. He is sparring exactly like Tyson, but even faster, and he's heavier. It's been the best thing for this camp. Like I told him, I'm paying him double for this sparring because he's giving me literally the exact look of Mike Tyson. So it's been so helpful.
Dude, it's so nice when you can get a good sparring partner. It's like, fuck, it's so important. And you feel so grateful when you get a good look from somebody and their main goal isn't to come and knock you out. It's to show you a good fucking look. And it's so, you just have, it's crazy the bond you have with good sparring partners.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. And he's all deserving of extra pay. And yeah, man, it makes all the difference in the fight. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I can hit Tyson with these exact shots I know he's open for because of this guy giving me literally the same exact look very, very early on, hopefully in the fight, because it usually takes that first round or two to like feel someone out. But I'm telling you, this is basically a faster,
that's far
heavier Mike Tyson. So
you've been saving your chi before. How many? You've been sparring what? Twice a week? 3 times a week? What do you guys been doing? About twice a week?
2 to 3 times a week.
So do you save your chi? For me, I try to really not let out a nut at least the night before sparring. But really, realistically, the more nights before, I just try not to fucking let that go because I feel like it's good power. You aware of that or conscious of that, or you just fucking jack off and head to sparring?
Most of the time, I'm jerking it during sparring. No, but I'm usually doing 48 hours. Like,
okay, so you're thinking about it though. I feel like it's a
Yeah.
real thing.
It's for sure a real thing. Like to the people who say it's not, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. If I you know, release the
Release.
night
Gee,
before.
Remember, you had your wet dream against against Fury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and literally it fucked
Shot
me.
your legs.
Literally fucked me. I fucked myself.
You fucked yourself at night.
I mean, just noodle legs. Just noodle legs. No power.
just limp
Your
dick in there.
timing is off. Like
You're
20%.
swatting punches. You're swatting them more.
Literally.
Yeah, that's a real thing, and I found that out over the years. Just kind of try to. I don't remember which fight, but it was in a UFC fight. I fucked the night before, still went out there and won, but I was like, God, that was risky. Should have done that.
When it comes, so like when this fight was being talked about, I'm sure you talked about it before, but did Mike's team just come back and say, hey, we want 14-ounce gloves and 2-minute rounds?
Yeah, that was always what he wanted from day one, and I just wanted to agree to his rules. So
Just get it done.
yeah,
Contract.
exactly. Like that's mostly how I am with these fights. Is like, what makes sense? Let's make it a fair fight and move on and just make it happen.
One thing I was really looking forward to, and I was hoping it happened, is you getting Sean Strickland down to spar.
Oh, that would have been fire.
Dude, I mean, it's this shit actually pisses me off. Like, him and Patty Pimblett, I both offer $1 million and a private jet to go pick them up
Jesus.
to come spar me, and then it's excuses. They can't spar influencer people, but oh, you just sparred Sneeko and all these other people. You're literally training. You're fully allowed to do that, and they just go radio silent. So it is a bummer, especially because a lot of, how do I say it, like, dumbass casual MMA sport people like genuinely think that these guys are like amazing strikers, and it's like, how many times have I proved that I'm a better boxer than champion MMA fighters? And they just go on this rhetoric and say, oh, this guy would dust this person. And it's the same shit with Alex Pereira. It really pisses me off. It's like, let's fucking make it happen, Dana. But I genuinely believe he doesn't want to let his big talent go against me because of the risk and what it means for the UFC.
Does you being an uncle now, does it make you fired up at all for having your own kids?
For sure, man. It's super, super inspiring. And I definitely have baby fever, and just seeing that way of life. That's what I've always wanted to be as a father, and to share that with my girlfriend Yuta, and eventually she'll be my wife, and that's what life's all about. So I'm super excited for that, and so proud of Logan. And Esme is just so cute, and it makes me want to have babies. But Yuta obviously has to, go through with her career, and she has the Olympics in 2 years. So right now we just have to pause on the baby making, but I'm ready.
Has it changed Logan a lot?
Definitely, man. He's just like a bit softer in a good way, and I think wanting more of the rest of the family and me around even more, and bringing us all closer together. And I think Nina's had a really big impact on him in that way as well. And he's sort of slowed down this hyper competitive version of himself, and he's just like super content and wants to focus on being a dad. And I think that's really good and healthy for him.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, that's the hard thing about being in like entrepreneur business, and even in sports and stuff, just finding the time to be hungry and want to do great things, and then finding the time to just be content and be like so thankful for the shit you have now.
Balance. Schmitty knows all about balance. Dude preaches it.
Yep.
But I mean, that's it, bro.
Yeah.
That was fucking. Thanks for making the time for us. Can't wait to see you next week, and can't wait to see you go to battle.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Not next week, is it?
Next
We
weekend,
leaving next
Bubba.
week? Jeez,
Next week.
that's crazy.
Damn, it's next week. Damn. Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you, champ.
Yep. See you soon, bro.
See you, brother. Peace out.
Deuce.
Trump.
Dude, not many days.
I know.
And they're going to be standing across from each other. What the fuck's going to happen in that fight? It's going to be crazy. You know what? I was just going to go to Prize Picks, but you know what? I'm switching my flight when I'm coming back.
Are you doing
and
it?
we're going.
I didn't. Yeah, I know. When you said that, I was a little sad, but I'm glad you're doing it. What?
I'm interested in what this peanut butter jelly thing is.
Unsmuckerables?
Unfuckables?
Hey, I always thought it was a good
Dude,
idea.
those Uncrustables, they're like fucking crack.
When I was in boot camp, little 16-year-old, 17-year-old, that's what we had for lunch, and I was excited.
There's a football team that eats like 800
No, they said
the
NFL's team eat like 800,000 a season or something ridiculous.
Crazy. One team eats 800 a week.
800?
800.
There's some big fellers.
The Denver Broncos.
Big fellers right there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 224, bro. That's pretty fucking big.
Makes you
224.
look like a bitch.
I'm about 210, Papa.
Same.
But
Schmidt's about 224.
putting on that much weight, it's like, fuck, I'm used to just being, when you're used to being fast and snappy, boom, boom, boom.
But if you're putting on the weight while being fast and snappy, it's not like you put on the weight and then you're trying to be fast and snappy. But if you're eating that much and hitting mitts and being fast and snappy with it, it's probably a lot different. What?
I put on a wig, I look like Thor.
So you think you hit the 3 bills lately, huh?
I'm so strong.
That's not what I asked.
Solid. This is solid.
Do you think you hit 300?
Solid mass and strength.
Dude, I'm telling you, it doesn't. The scale doesn't fucking matter. With your size, your build, you should be 290 pounds.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, but you're 300. What are you flexing? There's not even a camera.
No, what are you?
There's
Actually?
literally not.
I fluctuate 10 pounds all the time. I could be 289 next week, and I could be 298 today.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I wouldn't. You don't want to get fucking skinny. You want to be stout like a bull.
I'm strong. David even says
Have you been feeling stronger?
Oh, I feel fucking.
Yeah.
With me.
Mm-hmm. Chill.
That's good.
The
trip next week.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna get Schmitty a flight to Texas for the fight.
For real?
Yep, I'm gonna get you a flight to Texas. We're gonna get you at the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight.
Schmitty's invited?
Schmitty's invited.
Schmitty's invited?
Schmitty's invited.
Trump won. Schmitty's invited. Woo!
All you gotta do is
Good year,
suck
baby.
Tim's dick.
It's a good year, baby.
Yeah. No,
Dude.
Schmidt's coming.
No.
Schmidt's coming.
Seriously, you want me to come hug you and kiss you? I will.
No, you're good.
Bro, that's fire,
Dude.
bud.
Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
You're gonna be there,
This is a once in a lifetime event.
and you're gonna be there.
He deserves it.
deserves
He
it.
fucking
Come on.
deserves it. Good kid.
Come on, put my 20 back too that you stole. No.
No,
He's gay.
another one.
He voted Kamala.
And I'm gonna do him an employee of the month for putting his sweater on, turning the AC to 64 at the Java House.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah.
But dude,
Sono's employee of the month this month.
Is he?
For me, yeah.
Nice.
Norman's been working. We got him out there working, building shit. How much is it? I haven't.
Well, I was just seeing for his birthday, so I can put
Well, if it's a little too much, man.
Yeah, we'll see. I haven't decided yet. See,
It's just
no, sure.
Whatever you want.
Book him on our flight, our same flight, and then just flying back to Phoenix the next morning.
Bro, dude, we're doing it, huh?
St. Louis.
And or do we bring you? Well, no.
I mean, I don't care. I have extra room.
We could bring you to Atlanta after.
Ooh, my heart's racing.
But that's an extra flight. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's just fly back to
Schmitty
Phoenix.
might be able to work it off, baby. We can make it.
That
do
AC bill's getting up there in that fucking Java.
I walked
House
into
over
that
there.
Java house and I was in a hoodie and sweats and cold.
He turned on the AC and put his sweater on.
It's like 70 degrees outside. It was 64 degrees in the shop.
I'm like freezing. I'm like, who the fuck turned this AC on?
Did you turn it down that far?
He caught me with my pants down, man.
Yeah, but your fucking hoodie on too.
Yep.
No, I won't do that again, Tim. I apologize.
Wow, that's going to be a trip to remember next weekend, boys.
Schmitty's first trip coming with us. That's not like a Vegas trip.
Yes.
No, I'm saying like an out of the. You've never been with us to an out of state trip.
Yeah, and I've never even been to that state.
Damn.
We're going to have some fun, fellas.
Put him in the middle seat. No jokes.
Hey, man, you got security. You need some
Security.
shit lifted up.
Hey man, I'm a rock star.
Need some stuff
Get
picked
your name out. Go play. Black Ops 6, not really loving it right now. Played a little Surge, played some guns. Not loving it. I still prefer Rebirth with the fellas over BL Black Ops. I did get a nuke. Did get 30 kills in a row. Called in a nuke.
That's
It was on
pretty cool.
obbies. 200? For what? Oh, that's fine.
Sean, you need his cold plunge. You got.
That's beautiful. That is nice.
That new cold plunge you got.
I mean, it's cold water. It's cold water, but it's big. It's big and it's salt water, and you don't need to change the water for 1 to 2 years.
It's nice you have the
It's just
shower right there. So if someone comes over and then you're like, get in, they can rinse off, put some skivvies on. Because I'll probably pop over and use that.
Yeah.
That cold plunge with that backdrop is fucking money.
Dude, fuck yeah.
I'm telling you guys, you make a little pathway in between your houses with a little gazebo.
Buddy, you
in the
don't think
middle.
that's a well, a gazebo in the middle is tricky with the horses.
I mean, we got a gazebo at my house already.
I have a
by the way.
gazebo
He's
at
got a
my
gazebo.
Yeah,
He's
you guys
like,
work out.
But I'm gonna. There's gonna be a little walk path, a little solar lights. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a gazebo just for like. Remember the Vig where we eat, where we sit down. It's nice, comfy. I'm gonna put that in the backyard so when they come over.
Dude, I'm
gonna
all
be cool.
giddy right now. I feel good.
can't believe
I
it.
know, dude.
How much
Thank
is
you.
the flight?
Thank you. I'm in debt for a while.
You're gonna.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
work you off.
Heavy debt. Heavy
We
debt
can
with
make-
big interest.
For that's it. There and back.
What is that? That's a couple
Just there.
lawnmowers.
Nope,
Oh, 480 's not
20%
bad.
interest.
That's a couple leaf blowers. That's a couple
No,
lawn.
you've been working on. You've been helping out. You've been helping out.
Dude, what the fuck is the interest on houses? Is everything gonna go down because Uncle Trump's in there, huh?
I'm so excited to see what happens with.
He doesn't get
Ukraine.
inaugurated till January, right? So
Yeah.
is he the president right now? No.
Dude, it
In
feels
what?
like he's gonna boot.
January?
No, in
Inaugurated?
Oh.
Isn't
My
that the
head,
word?
he's already. In
like,
my head, he's
tell
president today, man.
Oh, you thought I said inaugurated?
yeah.
Buddy,
What the
In my head, he's in there kicking everyone out, and he's like, "I'm back.
I'm back.
No more."
He
sleepy
did say
job."
RFK. He said he's gonna start helping with the health crisis in America and start letting him do that, but just don't touch my oil.
Dude, that's gonna cause some issues if that motherfucker tries to get America healthy a little bit.
The fact that Elon bought Twitter and Trump's the president right now, it's crazy. If you could watch the world play out in a different way. Elon didn't buy it. Kamala won. Watch in 20 years if you could just pretend what happens compared to what's gonna happen. Who knows? Could be worse. I'm not saying it's gonna be better. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But imagine if you could see two different worlds play out over the next 20 years. Garrett's got some wisdom.
You go.
Did you guys see that picture? The Trump, Dana, and Elon all sitting together in a little huddle.
No.
It was fire.
Is
I'll
it?
pull it up and show
That's
you.
like me, fucking Tim, and fucking. I can't. Well, there's only three.
With
people.
everything with Ukraine going on, dude, and then North Korean soldiers in Russia, that's all crazy weird. Going to fight to train in Russia to go fight the Ukraine war. How fast does Donald Trump put a stop to this?
That's a good question. We don't talk about politics on
Come
this
on,
pod,
man.
though.
No,
what do
we
you, I just want
don't.
to know what you think.
No, it's going to be interesting. It's
Because
gonna be
there's a
interesting.
lot.
There we go. The boy
Some-
shooting the shit. Some
Hey,
heavy,
coins
some
up.
heavy hitters.
Little huddle right there, 4th and 3. What do we go for it? We're down by 6, or we're down by 3. Do we go for a field
They're
goal?
missing their fourth. They're
Tampa
talking
Bay
about-
should have fucking went for 2. They went.
No.
They went into overtime against the Kansas City Chiefs. They should have went for 2. They kicked the point after. You just at that point, you're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. You got to go for 2.
Then you fail. You look like a dipshit.
Yeah, but you're gonna. I mean,
Risk reward, man.
yeah, risk reward, man. Totally. But that's about it. All I gotta say.
Oh yeah. That,
What? Nothing? Good.
People hate me.
Well, phenomenal show, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're creeping up real close to 1 million subs, and then after that, once you hit 1 million subs, it's complete bliss and happiness
Yes,
forever.
Yeah,
I
never
can't
sad
wait.
again.
I need
Never
that.
sad
Never
again.
sad
Need
about
that
anything.
ASAP, man.
Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll see you next week. Love
I
y'all.
love everybody.
Bye bye.
I love all kinds.